This creates a lesson which all parts, any omitted part is no.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Of the BRL.
Okay.
Yeah, this measurement of question is already part.
That already
Okay.
very fast. Continue.
This creates a low pressure zone on the land and high pressure zone over the sea. Thus, the wind blows from the sea to land and all called sea breezes. At night, rivers.
They tell you from where that breeze is blowing. Huh?
Sea to land.
That is sea to land.
Monsoon are periodic seasonal winds blowing in the regions of Southeast Asia and Northern Australia. The word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mausim meaning season.
I have told you. Mark that point. The word monsoon derives from the Arabic word monsoon, means season.
They develop because of differences in heating conditions of the continent and the oceans.
Why this monsoon is developed? Because of the differences in heating and cooling. Understood. So between the continent and the ocean, water bodies and land masses, differential heating is there. As a result of that, these winds are blowing. Ian, are you marking all these points? I am not telling that whole thing to be marked. Some important points.
They develop because of differences in heating conditions of the continent and the oceans. They are divided into two wind systems: the summer monsoon and winter monsoon.
They are divided into summer monsoon and winter monsoon. So I have told you next year you will have that monsoon. So that time this southwesterly monsoon is there and northeasterly also there. So that is what the winter monsoon is northeaster. And summer monsoon, that is normal rainfall, that is southwestern. So that is what the two kinds. Summer monsoon.
Summer monsoons. In summer, the land gets more heated than the sea, hence there develops a center of low pressure on the land. Over the draining sea, the air is comparatively cool and the high pressure develops there. This causes the winds to blow from the sea to the land. It is a summer monsoon. In May, June, and July, the plains of India and China are heated by the vertical rays of the sun. The intense heat develops a continental low pressure during these months over the Indian Ocean. A high pressure area develops, so the wind blows from the Indian Ocean northward and northwestward into Asia. As they blow from the sea to the land, they bring heavy rainfall to Southeast Asia. The summer monsoon wind blows southwest, so they are known as the southwest summer monsoon.
I have told all this. Now, winter monsoon. Yeah.
During winter season, the conditions are just reverse of those of summer. A high pressure develops over big landmass stretching from Central Asia up to northwest India. At the same time, a low pressure zone develops in the Indian Ocean as the wind blows from the Atlantic to sea. They bring cold, dry weather. They are incapable of reducing wind. When these winds blow over seas and pass over the Atlantic land, they bring some rainfall to the south. The South Coromandel coast, Tamil Nadu, in India, and the Vietnamese coast of the west coast of Japan get rain from winter monsoons. The winter monsoon winds blow northeast, so the monsoon is known as northeast winter monsoon.
See, this is what a southwest monsoon from Indian Ocean. And it enter and divide it into, split into two directions. One is Arabian Sea branch and the other is Bay of Bengal branch. So its direction is like that. Okay. Now, winter monsoon is that when this, after continuous rain, the land get cooled. So what is happening? It reverses its direction. From land to sea it is coming. So it is in the opposite direction. So it is northeast monsoon. When it is coming here from Bay of Bengal, catches moisture and give rainfall. So this coastal regions are getting rainfall. So now that is called a retreating monsoon, winter monsoon. It is in the opposite direction. Clear? Winter monsoon is clear to you? Any doubt is there? Hmm? Now next one is local winds. Kirti, start.
Local winds are restricted to a certain place only. They may be warm or cold depending upon the area from which they blow. For example, Harmattan is a hot local wind of the Sahara Desert.
And what is the name of that wind?
Harmattan.
Underline that one. Harmattan is the hot local wind in the Sahara Desert. Okay, continue. This all next. These names you have to remember. Examples of local winds. So Harmattan is the local wind in Sahara Desert. Now next. So first one I am writing here Harmattan. We know that the Sahara Desert is the hottest desert. So in that the local wind is. In India, there is a local wind in the summer. That local wind is known as Lu. Dry, dusty wind, hot wind, which blows in the month of May. It is very dangerous also. Direct exposure to this wind is very dangerous. Because hot, but this one, the wind which is hot, it comes directly to the face. Already atmosphere is heated. So because of that, direct exposure to such wind is dangerous. Okay. First you read that loop. Definition you have to underline also. Loop.
In the plains of northern India and Pakistan, sometimes a very hot and dry wind blows from the west in summer in the afternoon. It is known as blue. Its temperature invariably ranges between 45 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. It may cause sunstroke to the people.
I told you. Direct exposure to it is very dangerous. So where it is blowing, we can tell that the northwestern part of India, especially in Rajasthan and all. Okay. So next.
Foil and Chibu.
These two names also that is happening in some other part. Read.
A strong warm wind develops on the leeward side of the Alps. Due to regional pressure gradient, air is forced to cross the barrier. As the air ascends the southern slope of the Alps, it expands and cools. Condensation takes place.
Wait. See, I have told you about the southwest monsoon. So when that monsoon wind is striking, here the western Ghat is there. So it is catches that western Ghat and deflect and give rainfall in this part. So this is what windward side. What is this side called? Windward side. The direction of the wind is windward side. But this opposite side is not getting the rainfall. That side is called a leeward side. What is leeward? Opposite of that windward. Opposite of that range, mountain range or hills or like that. Or rain shadow region. What is it the other name? Rain shadow region. So this part, when rainfall is occurring in other parts of the country, the leeward side is not getting rainfall. Because it is the rain shadow region. That wind is touching that hill and deflect and give rainfall in that side only. Opposite side is not getting rainfall, so that part is called a leeward side. Is it clear? What is windward side and what is leeward side?
Condensation takes place when the air is saturated, causing rain and snowfall on the higher slopes. However, on descending the northern slopes, the wind experiences an increase in pressure and temperature. Due to this, air is compressed and warmed. Most of its moisture is lost, and it reaches valley bottom as a dry hot wind called the point. The temperature of the wind is from 15 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. The wind is used for melting snow, and it hastens the ripening of grapes. A similar kind of wind in the USA and Canada move down the west slopes of the Rockies and are known as Chinooks. The word Chinook literally means snow eater. It is beneficial to ranches east of the Rockies as it keeps the grassland clear from snow.
See, one is moving up the mountain. That is what forehand. Forehand, that is when that windward side, when it is rising up, it is condensed and yielding. So that is good for the ripening of grapes. And on the other side, Chinooks, they are climbing down or descending down the mountain. One is up the mountain, that is forehand, and down the hills, that is called Chinooks. And it is called what is the other word? Snow eater. Snow eater means it helps in the growing of grasslands, and that help in that ranches to grow. What is ranches? Not
Grass.
no. Ranches are that where that cattle are fed. That means so much cattle ranches are there. Large number of cattle are fed, and prairies when that grasslands are rich, so it is good for that cattle to be fed. So cattle ranges we will see. First let us complete. Understood that one? What is forehand? What is this one? Chinook. Earlier two types we have learned. Which are they? Blue and Harmattan. Harmattan is in Sahara, Blue is in northwestern part of India. Then
And Africa.
then what is that other one? Rocky Mountains. Which one is the Chinook? The other Alps. What is forehand? That much you just make a comparative this one. So no need to by heart the definition. Just try it. What are the characteristics? Characteristics is not there. Okay. Now another one is Mistral. You.
During winter, area adjacent to islands may experience a local cold wind which originates over the snow-capped mountains or islands and blows down the valley. These winds have been given local names. The most famous is Mistral, that blows from the Alps over France towards the Mediterranean Sea. Even though the skies are clear, the Mistral brings down the temperature below freezing point. These local winds often have a considerable effect on climate conditions, notably on the temperature of the place.
So this Mistral is taking place during the winter season. Winter season, that is the areas adjacent to highlands. Thus Mistrals are taking place. What is that? It is local cold wind. So from the snow-capped mountain only, it is descending downward. You just imagine snow-capped mountain. when this wind is climbing down or when the wind is coming down, we know that it is very cold. So this wind, it is blowing, it is having different local names according to that place. So what happened? It is blowing from that arch towards the Mediterranean. Even though the skies are clear, the mistral brings down the temperature because it is coming from the snow-capped mountain. So it is already cool. So whatever temperature is there, that also bring it down. So it have considerable effect on the climatic conditions, especially in temperature. Got it? You variable.
Variable winds. These winds are related to pressure systems and blow in small areas. They are called variable because they do not blow in any definite direction and their direction varies with the movement of the pressure system. Their speed also depends on the intensity of the temperature. They last only for a few days. Two chief types of variable winds are cyclones and anticyclones.
Variable winds are not like these all winds. It is originating as and how that pressure variations are there. Sometimes the pressure that high pressure take place from the water bodies. We know that recently that kind of cyclone originated in that Bay of Bengal and causing so much problems. So as and how this high pressure is varying, these cyclones and anticyclones are taking place. So they don't have any fixed direction. They don't have any fixed intensity. Depends upon that pressure variations. It also varies, and its disaster or its impact also varies. Got it? Now let us see what is cyclone.
Low latitudes and intense depression with a low pressure center is known as a cyclone.
See, when there is a high pressure center, from the wind is circulating from that center. So, if that center is in that water body, this circulating wind lift that water upward. That is why sometimes that dangerous effect is taking place when cyclone is there. So much warnings are given. Now also warning. So many places that schools and all are given holidays and all because its effect is like that. Unexpected way it can reach to that coast. So, did you understand that from that center, circular motion, the wind rises. That is called the cyclone. Continue.
Hurricanes in the Caribbean, typhoons in China, and viri's in Australia. A cyclone is a portion of the atmosphere in which the pressure is lowest in the center. The winds blow inward in the opposite direction, i.e., from the south or southwest in the front of the cyclone and from the north or northwest in its rear. When a cyclone approaches, the reading on a barometer falls because of low pressure, but the thermometer rises due to the warm south or southwest winds. The rising moisture-laden air of such a cyclone results in heavy rain in the center of the depression. Cyclones, on account of the Coriolis force blow in an anti-clockwise direction in the northern hemisphere clockwise in the southern hemisphere.
What is the meaning of clockwise and anti-clockwise?
Clockwise is this one.
Clockwise is this way. Anti-clockwise is this way. Okay. So when if it is anti-clockwise, it is coming from that round and come to a point. But Clockwise means from that low pressure center circulatory wind is rising up and lifting the things. It can happen on land also. When it is happening on land, all the things can be lifted and if the pressure is really high. So that is what a clockwise and a anti-clockwise. Did you understand? Now afterwards we will see only that videos. Let us complete first. And Hmm. There are two types of cyclones: tropical cyclone and temperate cyclone. You are reading?
Cyclones are associated with turbulent weather conditions, thick cloud cover, strong winds, and rainfall. Tropical cyclones thus
Slowly. Cyclones are associated with turbulent weather conditions. Thick cloud cover. Underline this point. Thick cloud cover, strong winds and rainfall.
tropical cyclones thus cause heavy damage to property and loss of lives.
Which cyclone is causing so much damage? Tropical cyclone.
Cyclones generally originate in a tropical region between 8 degrees and 28 degrees north and south. They are more frequent in summer because of the movement of the doldrum belt away from the equator. Most often, they originate from the region in the South China Sea and cause a lot of damage to life and property in the countries bordering that region. In the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea, they cause great damage as they are strong winds even though their range is small. The central part of a cyclone is a calm region and is known as the eye of a cyclone, surrounded by a turbulent vortex.
See here that you can see that a diagram. That is center part. What is it called? Eye of the cyclone. It is a calm region. And surrounded region is called a vortex. That vortex are turbulent. So eye of that cyclone is very calm, but the vortexes are very much turbulent. So the effect of the cyclone depends upon that. Okay. Continue.
The force of the winds depend on the intensity of the low pressure center and the surrounding high pressure. The greater the difference, the stronger is the wind. The weather conditions associated with the tropical cyclone are
these points you have to mark. What are the weather conditions?
when there is a tropical cyclone, the air is still but the temperature and the humidity are high. There is sudden drop in air pressure. In the front of the vortex arrives, there are strong winds and thick clouds. When the winds become violent with great speed, dense clouds and heavy rain reduce visibility. The eye of the cyclone heralds a calm condition. In the rear of the vortex arrive, there are violent winds, thick clouds and heavy rain. The wind blows in the opposite direction.
Okay. Now you read tornado.
A tornado. A tornado is a tropical cyclone which.
So tropical cyclone's example is tornado. Okay.
A tornado is a tropical cyclone which occurs over land. Its diameter is hardly 300 or 400 meters. It looks like a dark funnel-shaped cloud extending downward from the base of the thunderstorm. It has low pressure in the center with very strong winds blowing inwards. The speed of the winds may be as high as 500 to 800 kilometers per hour. Tornadoes are generally experienced over tropical waters in North America. Other forms of tropical cyclones are the hurricanes in Southeast Caribbean region, typhoons in eastern China, Japan, and the Philippine Islands, and cyclones in the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea.
These names you have to mark. So typhoons are occurring on the land mass, and this one is hurricanes in Southeast Caribbean region, typhoons eastern China, Japan, and Philippines, and cyclones in Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. Okay, mark the temperate cyclone also there one part.
Temperate cyclones. Temperate cyclones are active over mid-latitudinal region between 35 degrees latitude and 65 degrees latitude in both hemispheres. They are also known as extratropical or wave cyclones.
So what is that? Temperate cyclones are known as extratropical or wave cyclone. You know that, have you been to that beaches?
Yes.
How that waves are coming? Have you observed that? So that is what this temperate cyclone is also coming.
Unlike tropical cyclones, which are produced and developed mainly over the sea, temperate cyclones are produced both on land and on the sea. Whereas the tropical cyclones are limited to a small area and usually travel from east to west. The temperate
Underline
cyclones-
this one direction. Temperate tropical cyclones direction is east to west.
The temperate cyclones occupy areas measuring a couple of thousands of kilometers and move from west to east.
So it is just opposite. What is the direction? West to east.
In a temperate cyclone, wind speed is low and all the sectors of the cyclone have different temperatures. The rainfall is light and continues for many days.
Now you can.
The center of tropical cyclone is known as the eye, and the wind is calm at the center with no rainfall. In a temperate cyclone, there is not a single place where winds and rains are inactive. Directions of winds rapidly change at the front. The temperate cyclones are associated with anticyclones, which precede uh, and succeed a cyclone. The approach of a temperate cyclone is marked by fall in temperature, fall in the mercury level, wind shifts, and a halo around the sun and the moon. A light drizzle follows, which turns into a heavy downpour.
Understood that one?
Yes.
No need to that by heart. You just understand the concept. Okay. Anticyclone.
An anticyclone.
What is a halo? Halo means on empty space.
An
Vacuum
anticyclone.
type, you know, vacuum.
An anticyclone is a fine atmospheric condition. There is a high pressure in the core or center and low pressure around it.
So anticyclone, what is happening? At the center, what is the high pressure, and the surrounding areas are low pressure. So that is why this way happening. Anti-clockwise it is taking place. Okay.
Winds blow gently outwards. These winds are clockwise in northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Since they are centers of high pressure, they are found in a region of descending of earth currents. Figure 14.13 shows the wind circulation in an anticyclone.
Okay, understood. Northern hemisphere, what is the direction? Underline. These winds are clockwise in the northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere. That is why two diagrams are given. Okay. So when it is clockwise, what is happening? Circulatory wind like this. And anti-clockwise means from that high pressure center to the low pressure region. Got it? So these differences are given, tropical cyclone and temperate cyclone, that you have to learn at 4 points. This one, differences, you mark it and learn that 4 points. Okay. I know that he is not sleeping, but I was telling that 4 points difference between tropical cyclone and temperate cyclone, whichever are the easy points. We just remember it. Because so many points are given. which points are very easy? Any four? Got it? Now, you should read the jet streams.
Jet streams refer to the concentrated bands of rapid air movement formed at the tropopause and the stratosphere located at 10-15 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. They are forming the boundaries of adjacent air masses with significant difference in temperature, such as polar region and warmer air to the south. They are associated with latitudes where the pole or temperate gradient is particularly strong. Two such zones occur in each hemisphere. The subtropical jet stream occurs at about 30 degrees latitude and the other, the polar front jet stream is associated with the polar front zone in the each hemisphere. The major jet streams are westerly winds in the northern hemisphere. During the summer, easterly jets are formed in tropical regions, typically in the regions where dry air encounters more humid air and higher altitudes. Low-level jets can form wherever low-level winds are squeezed together, typically between an oncoming front and high pressure.
Say jet streams. It is the fast blowing winds at the upper atmosphere. We have studied about the tropopause. Remember, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. So in that region, that is tropopause is that upper limit of troposphere, and that part and stratosphere, that region, a fast blowing wind is formed during summer and winter in different areas at 30 degrees and above. And its speed is about 140 kilometers per hour or 175 kilometers per hour. So this help that flights also sometimes. If it is in that direction that the flights can move. It is not turbulent also, it is in that way the flights can move. So they used to take the direction of that. So this much only you have to understand. The fast blowing winds at the upper atmosphere is called jet streams. It have its impact on that climate. Sometimes it attract that moisture laden winds and that can cause rainfall. Sometimes that the change, that is movement from easterly to westerly, also can cause sudden rainfall. So one of the factor in changing that climate is jet streams. What is that? Fast blowing wind at the upper atmosphere is called a jet stream. Clear? Importance. So 3 points you will and
Importance of jet stream. Most weather systems do not just take over an area, they are instead move forward with the jet stream. The position and strength of the jet stream then helps meteorologists forecast future weather events.
so it help meteorologists to detect that weather changes and they give forecast about the climate. Okay.
Next, the airline industry consistently uses the jet stream for its flight by flying commercial aircraft. Within the jet stream, the flight time gets reduced. The reduced
I
flight
told
time,
you just now.
the reduced flight time and aid of the strong winds lead to the reduction in the fuel consumption.
So
Like it goes with the fuel consumption.
yes. That way fuel consumption will reduce. Okay.
Precipitation usually increases. Oh, There are only 3 points.
5 points. So two.
No, there are
There are
three.
three.
Three only.
Yes.
3 points.
You read that one.
Precipitation usually increases in California because the polar jet stream moves farther south and brings more storms with it. In addition, precipitation often increases in Europe because the jet stream is somewhere in the middle Atlantic. Whatever the position of the jet stream, it has a significant impact on the world's weather patterns and severe weather events like floods and droughts. It is therefore essential that meteorologists understand as much as possible about the about the jet streams and continue to track its movement to monitor weather conditions around the world.
So from here, you take the cyclone and then this.
Wow.
Ah,
May you see the street?
ah.
Yeah.
See, now that one is going on. Cyclone Manda.
So,
I came just now.
Search on YouTube.
Monta. Cyclone Monta. So that is going on now. You see the notification.
Can you see cyclone
This
or Charlie or
okay. You just we will see that picture video of that cyclone and anti-cyclone and its impact. Take. Not this one. Just take a real video. Cyclone and anti-cyclone. YouTube.
YouTube? What the hell is going on? This one.
Yes. Who is eating that because now you are eating like let it be. Let it be. Just add on. No, no. Oh, mm. And, Mustard when
तुमको
ए बुरा बंद कर कर ना ऑप्शन
ये कर दे